Hello Explora bookworms, we're here at the London Book Fair 2025, one of the biggest in the world, in the publishing world, one of the biggest events. Right now we're here at the booth of Explora Books. This is one of the best places for you to do to connect with people in the publishing industry. And we would like to inform everyone that if you're in London or you're near London, you come and visit us here at the Olympia Events London here in United Kingdom, where we displayed all the books that are self-published under Explora, and you can see right here behind me all the books that are displayed together with the authors and the stories. This is a time for the industry to come together in one roof for the London Book Fair 2025. And today we're also launching the maiden issue of the Explora magazine. As you can see, this is now available for those who might want to get a copy of this. Go to explorabooks.com or email us at info@explorabooks.com, and this is also available for all the subscribers of Explora Books and all the authors. So if you are a budding author, you want your manuscript to be published under Explora, this is your time to do that. Go to explorabooks.com and click on contact and email us your manuscript. We'll make the assessment and we'll make it happen for you. Now today, ladies and gents, Explora bookworms, we have a very special author who is with us, and she is actually doing a book signing with us here at our booth. Let's welcome Erika Daniels. Hello Erika, how are you?
Hello.
We don't need a microphone, we have it here already.
Right. Yep.
So how do you see London? I mean, you've been to London before, am I right?
I have not been to London.
Okay,
no.
This is the first time. How was your stay here? You just arrived this morning, am I right?
Yes.
You seeing the book fair right now. What can you say? I mean, huge, am I right?
It's a lot of activity, lots of people connecting and networking and exchanging contact information, and it's a very large event.
Right. So we're very excited for you to just connect with people, and we will be helping you connect to these literary agents. A while ago we spoke to a literary agent, and we just basically connect with the people in the industry. Now I am interested about your book, talking about your book. So we have here On the Rocks and Come Back Kinda Love. We have here two books. How many books have you written so far? Are these the only two?
Two.
Okay,
yes.
So here, let's talk about the first one, On the Rocks.
Okay.
Which one got published first, by the way?
On the Rocks.
On the Rocks,
yes.
Yeah. On the Rocks, Marriage and Margaritas. That's kind of interesting. You Marriage and Margaritas, combining these two words. Why have you thought of that title?
You know, that's interesting. I was on a plane coming home after I wrote the book, and just came up with the title because I wrote it in Mexico
and
over 10 days.
Margaritas, of course, in Mexico.
Yes.
And so tell us about the story. On the Rocks, this has two meanings, am I right?
Yes.
On the Rocks, it could be like
Drink.
your drink on the rocks, and it could be life on the rocks,
right.
Marriage on the rocks.
Yes.
And that's what I love about this book because of the title. It's okay. Because of the title, it's really catchy. So tell us about what this book is about.
This first book is about my divorce and the events leading up to my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
It occurs over about 3 years, I believe, when my husband had an affair with a new friend of ours. And
that's intriguing.
and the twist at the end is that he ends up having another affair with someone very close and dear to me. And at the end of the book, they end up together. So.
Oh my, that's an expose right there.
Right.
So I know it's actually Women's Month this month, and I think these are things that women tackle. Being cheated on, and you've been through that hell of a ride, with your husband, with your ex-husband. Can you talk to us about this book? Is this more on pain, or is this more on moving on? What phase in that relationship does this book tackle more?
Yeah, the first book is more about exposing what happened and what kind of led up to the divorce. And then my second book, Come Back Kind of Love, is more of the recovery. I would describe it as more of the recovery, moving on, being alone with my kids, and falling in love for the first time
again
after my
after
divorce.
a long time.
Yeah, so those are kind of the two. But they have a lot of the timeline happens around the same time frame.
The same time frame.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a powerful message to all women out there. But you know, it could be a story for men as well. Do you think so? I mean,
think so,
what are the target audiences for this kind of book, you think?
So when I went through this experience, I was in my mid-30s, so certainly women who are that age. I was married for about 11 years when I went through this experience.
Okay.
And I think you kind of get into a pattern in your marriage, and not that I expected this to happen, but I think that's maybe one of the reasons why it happened. So I think it's for women in that age group, or women or couples who have been married for that amount of time, or within that range, to help them understand kind of some of the things that led up to my divorce and maybe avoid other divorces, I guess.
Right.
And it's healing, and it was both of them very therapeutic for me to write.
Yes.
And I've had many comments from other women that it is therapeutic for them too while they're reading it.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think this is something for women who want to move on, and actually a guide for women to make choices. Am I right? It's all about choice. Life is about choice, and when you choose to stay or to go, it's all up to you. Now, what is the main message here? If you have to encapsulate the two books in one message, what would it be? What would be your message to the audience or to women reading this book? I
think it's listening to your heart.
Yeah.
For me, the first book, I had a lot of red flags and things that I tried to push away, like this isn't happening, this can't be possible. And if I just would have really listened to myself, I would have uncovered things sooner and maybe been able to move on more quickly. And in the second book, also listening to your heart, because I fell in love and I knew it was too fast and I wasn't ready for it, and it's like I had to walk away from that because I just wasn't ready. Okay. So I think listening to your heart and what your soul, I guess, is telling you.
Says, it says.
Yep.
Okay, that's a really nice message. Now, let's talk about abuse, because it could be not just physical abuse, am I right?
Emotional.
It's abuse against your emotions. So walk us through a little bit about how you went through that, how hard it was, and for those women who are going through this kind of emotional hurt, emotional abuse, what is your advice to these women?
Well, what I went through was gaslighting, where when I started uncovering things, I was told I was crazy, or that I was a bitch, or I was called lots of different names, and it was just pushed under the rug and dismissed. My concerns were all dismissed. So, I mean, I think that's one of the main things that I went through. So I'm hoping that other women can identify with some of those behaviors in the book. Red flags, exactly. And learn from those, and realize that a lot of times these things are true. And what you're believing and in your heart, what you're believing is probably true, or what you're thinking is true.
Wow. And the good thing is, it's not just about heartbreak. It actually is about moving on. Recovering. And so for those women out there, even men, if you're going through that kind of emotional turmoil, this is the book for you. You can relate to this one. It's about, the pain and, what are the steps that you did, Erika? I want to know, what are the biggest steps that you did for yourself to fully recover from that past emotional battle?
I think for me, the most important thing throughout this whole experience the whole experience was focusing on my kids. And trying to stay focused on first my kids and making sure that they got through the pain that they were feeling, and not dismissing it, because it was very
adjustments
real.
Of the kids, that must be hard too.
Yes, that was very hard. And then I kind of did it backwards, but I tried to support my kids first and foremost, and then myself. So there's a couple of situations in the second book where my kids kind of post-divorce wanted to go and do things with their dad, when it really should have been my time to spend with the kids, but that's what they wanted to do. So I honored that, because that's what they wanted, even though it hurt me as a mom. I think in the long run, it was the best thing for the kids, and I think that is one of the messages in the second book, especially, honoring knowing how your kids are feeling and what they want, even if it hurts you, what is best for them, and thinking about that.
Right.
So
I really consider this book as a very raw, emotional book. It's an emotional roller coaster for sure, but I like the rawness of how you wrote this one. Is it written in first person, in second person? You wrote this like a first person,
yeah,
right?
both are first person and very raw, and yeah.
It's like a diary, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a story to both of them, you know, with an ending, and it's not just random writing, in my opinion. There is a story to it. So, but I agree that it is very raw and a lot of feeling and emotion.
Roller coaster indeed. Thank you so much, Erika. So Explora Bookworms, if you want to grab a copy of Erika's book, click on or scan the QR code below this video, and we will also include the link there on the captions for you to get this one on Amazon. Where else can we get this one?
Barnes & Noble and Google Books.
All right.
Three different sites.
Yeah, it's all in there on the captions. Thank you very much, Erika.
Yes,
and
thanks.
I wish you good luck on this first day, because actually tomorrow, am I right? Tomorrow there'll be another round of book signing with Erika Daniels here. She will be distributing her books On the Rocks and Come Back Kinda Love. So please watch out for those who are close to London. If you can drive from your place to London, if you can fly if you want, this is the biggest book event of all time, and we have Erika Daniels at the booth of Explora Books. That's booth 3E38. Thank you so much, Erika.
Thanks, John.
All right. So for all our Explora Bookworms, you may now sit down. For all our Explora Bookworms, catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and it's all of the links are all available down below. And again, if you want to publish your book, publish it with Explora Books. We do 360-degree marketing and publishing services for all our authors out there, and for those who want just to become a published author, this is your chance. Go to explorabooks.com now, and I'll see you here at the Explora Books booth. Thank you very much.